Uncovering the secret of Sumerian civilization, the birth of human civilization. The first civilization in the history of mankind is believed to be the Sumerian civilization, which emerged around 4500 BCE in the region of Mesopotamia, in the area that is now Iraq. The Sumerians developed a complex system of writing, as well as advanced technologies in agriculture, architecture, and metallurgy. They also had a complex system of government, religion, and society, with city-states ruled by powerful leaders or kings. They are known for having the first known system of writing, cuneiform, which is written by using a reed stylus to make impressions on clay tablets, which was used for record-keeping and for recording their religious beliefs and myths. Sumerian civilization is considered the first civilization in the world due to its complex social structure, advanced technology, and writing system. The origin of the Sumerian people is not well understood and has been the subject of much debate among historians and anthropologists. It is believed that they may have originated in the Eastern Fertile Crescent, an area that includes parts of present-day Iraq, Syria, and Turkey. Some theories suggest that they may have migrated to Mesopotamia from other regions, while others suggest that they were the indigenous people of the area. It's also believed that Sumerian civilization developed independently from other civilizations in the region, which makes it unique and one of the first civilizations in human history. Sumerian civilization was made up of a number of city-states, each with its own king and leader. According to the Sumerian king list, Alulin was the first king of Sumer and ruled for 28,800 years in the city of Eridu. The king list states that he was the first of 8 antediluvian, pre-flood, king who rules for a total of 241,300 years. Many historians believe that the king list was written to legitimize the rule of later kings by connecting them to a semi-mythical past and not to record the actual historical facts. According to the Sumerian king list, Alalgar was the second king of Sumer and ruled for 36,000 years in the city of Eridu. The Big Flood in the Sumerian ancient story has the similar story of Noah in Bible and similar story in other part ancient civilization. The Sumerian king list, which is an ancient document that records the names and reigns of Sumerian kings, mentions a great flood that is said to have swept over the earth and destroyed all of humanity. The Epic of Gilgamesh, which is considered one of the earliest works of literature in the world, also tells the story of a great flood that was sent to destroy all of humanity, with the exception of the hero Utnapishtim, who was warned of the flood by the god Ea and built a boat to save himself and his family. In this story, the god Enlil became angry with the noise and chaos created by humanity and decided to exterminate them. Ea, the god of wisdom, warned Utnapishtim to build a boat and save himself and his family, as well as the seed of every living creature. Once the flood was over, the gods regretted their decision and decided to make Utnapishtim and his wife immortal. It's believed that the flood story in the Sumerian king list and in the Epic of Gilgamesh is based on an historical event, such as a major flood that occurred in the region of Mesopotamia, and was passed down through oral tradition before being written down in the Epic and the king list. Who are Sumerian kings after the Big Flood? Urnamir, who founded the Sumerian third dynasty of Ur and is credited with creating the first code of law in recorded history. Gudea, the ruler of the city-state of Lagash, who is known for his building projects and for his statues, which are considered some of the finest examples of Sumerian art. Gilgamesh, the main character in the epic poem The Epic of Gilgamesh, which is considered one of the earliest works of literature in the world. He was a historical king of the Sumerian city-state of Uruk. It's also believed that the flood story in the Epic of Gilgamesh is related to the Sumerian king list, and it's used as an explanation for the end of the long reigns of Sumerian kings that were recorded in the king list. Lugal-Zag-C, who was the last king of the Sumerian city-state of Umma and conqueror of the neighboring city-states of Lagash and Uruk. The king list also mentions several kings who are said to have ruled after the flood and Kish, a city-state that was one of the first to rise after the flood. What is the religion of the Sumerian? The religion of the Sumerian people was polytheistic, with a pantheon of gods and goddesses who were believed to govern various aspects of the natural world and human society. The Sumerian gods were believed to reside in a heavenly realm called the abode of the gods and to interact with humanity through various means, such as by appearing in dreams and visions or by communicating through oracles. The Sumerians believed that their gods were responsible for the creation of the world and the organization of human society. They believed that the gods had created the world and humanity for their own pleasure and that they played an active role in the affairs of the world. The Sumerian gods were believed to have the power to bring both good and bad fortune and were often invoked in rituals and prayers for protection, healing, and blessings. The Sumerian gods were represented in statues and other forms of art, and they were often depicted with human-like features and attributes. The Sumerians also believed in the existence of an afterlife, where the souls of the dead went to live in a place called the Land of No Return. They believed that the souls of the righteous would dwell in a pleasant underworld, while the souls of the wicked would be punished. Sumerian religion was complex and had different forms of worship, rituals, and ceremonies. They had a temple system where the priests were responsible for performing the religious rituals, and they had a large number of gods and goddesses, each one responsible for a specific area. The Sumerian pantheon of gods and goddesses includes a wide variety of deities, each with their own unique names and attributes. Here are some of the most important Sumerian gods and goddesses. An, the god of heaven, who was considered the creator of the universe and the ruler of the other gods. Enlil, the god of air, wind, and storms, who was considered the ruler of the earth and the father of all the other gods. Enki, the god of wisdom, water, and the arts, who was considered the patron of civilization and the inventor of writing. Inanna, the goddess of love, war, and fertility, who was considered the queen of heaven and the goddess of the morning and evening star. Utu, the god of the sun and justice, who was considered the protector of the people and the dispenser of divine justice. Nana, the god of the moon, who was considered the patron of the calendar and the god of time. Ninkorsol, the goddess of the earth and fertility, who was considered the mother of all living things and the giver of life. Nergal, the god of death and the underworld, who was considered the ruler of the dead and the god of the desert. Ea, the god of wisdom, magic and crafts, and was also the god of the underground fresh waters. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more in-depth story about why Sumerian civilization collapsed.